Joining us right now via phone, though, from Denton, Texas areas, Randy Bollig. He's with the Loretto House, a crisis pregnancy clinic. And we're grateful to have you on the show this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you. It's a privilege to be able to speak with you today.
Yeah, praise be to God. We're grateful for your time. The other day, I read an article, I think it was on Breitbart, and they listed 23 crisis pregnancy clinics around the country that have felt the wrath of Jane and Ruth and these pro-abortion far-left advocates who are attacking these clinics. But Loretto House was not on that list. And one of our insider listeners said, hey, you should talk to the Loretto House. So we reached out to you. So we're grateful that you're on today. Can you start by telling us what is the Loretto House and what happened to you?
Well, Loretto House is a Catholic pregnancy center in Denton, Texas. And we've been in existence for about 15 years. We're very busy. We serve women with a multitude of services. Of course, everything is free. We have sonograms. We have an in-house nurse. We have a doula. We provide parenting classes, and we serve our guests. You know, we walk with the moms through the pregnancy and up to 36 months after the child is born. We typically we'll have appointments scheduled anywhere from 40 to 50 a day. And
Wow.
We're very prominent in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And I think that's why we were targeted first. On May 7th, which was a Saturday, we were hit. And I believe we were the very first one in the country.
Really?
And then yeah, because I started searching immediately through the media, and I couldn't find any other centers that had been attacked like ours, and then it just grew from there. So we don't have the perpetrator caught yet. Fortunately, I have a very extensive video system, and I was able to get, we believe it was a woman. We believe it was a woman. And the local police have an investigation. I am told that they are very close to making an arrest, and they are waiting on digital evidence from the FBI. So
Okay.
I don't know if they're associated with Jane's revenge. The wording that they did on our center was odd because it was forced pregnancy is murder. This is not a clinic. But I did see an article somewhere recently where we were mentioned. I think it was on Fox News. Someone sent me something a couple of days ago that someone with Jane's Revenge had mentioned our center, that they had something to do with that.
Oh, wow.
I don't know the credibility of that, but we are very concerned. It's frightening because, I considered it a hate crime. And because we are a religious organization, we have a private oratory in our facility. We have a tabernacle with the Blessed Sacrament.
Wow.
And we have mass at our facility for our staff. So we're totally Catholic, and the public knows that. So I would love for the FBI to designate this a hate crime and bring out all of their resources to apprehend these people, at least. But to my knowledge, there's been no arrest nationwide on all of these attacks.
No, there hasn't been, has there? That's obviously incredibly concerning. And there's been a lot of pressure placed on Merrick Garland to actually, prosecute and investigate and prosecute these crimes. But whether or not that will happen remains to be seen. So can I just get some more details? So on the attack on your clinic, was it graffiti? Because there's been some that have been firebombed. What was the extent to the damage?
The total cost was over $2,500. It was graffiti. They destroyed our front monument sign with graffiti. That had to be replaced. The brick on our building, although we did get the graffiti off, it left a stain, so we had to replace the brick. We had to repaint the front door. So, yeah, under Texas law, vandalism that exceeds $2,500 is a Class A state felony.
Oh, wow.
And so we're talking serious time in jail, and that's not even considering if the FBI declares this a hate crime, then we're talking about federal prosecution. So that person, well, it's persons, because we've seen some evidence that there was a person that let her off in a car down the street.
Oh, wow.
So, it's a conspiracy. There's more than one person that perpetrated the crime against us.
I was just reading I was just reading an article out of the Breitbart about the Gallup poll on the moral compass of our country and where people think we are, good, bad, or excellent. And it's at a record high for bad. Now, majority of Americans feel like our country is not doing well. And I was listing off a number of things that aren't going well. One that I didn't, that you just reminded me of, is somehow we, our many citizens in our country, seem to think that if they have some righteous indignation, therefore that gives them the right to destroy or take someone else's property, destroying or damaging your clinic, firebombing others, stealing people's MAGA hats, for instance, or ripping their signs out of their yard. I mean, we just have this weird sense that if I am outraged by whatever it is that you have or do, then I am therefore entitled to come and destroy your property. It's unexplainable, really.
Well, this is really reminiscent of Germany, 1938, where the brown shirts were sent out to terrorize Jewish businesses. And we know how that ends. I can give you a little update also. Yesterday, I received notice. I'm out of town right now from Denton, but I got notice that we had received a death threat.
Oh, wow. Hold that thought. So, Randy, you were saying right before the break that not only has your clinic been attacked, but now you've received death threats. Tell us about that.
Yes. We are, since May 7th, we were receiving horrible, vulgar messages left on our voicemail. And yesterday, there was a call that went directly to our nurse. And this person, it was a man, and best I can tell from what my center director is telling me is that this man called and said, I want to get a sonogram to verify that the baby is dead. And so that's an odd thing, for someone to say. And our nurse said the discussion quickly became very, very bad. And he ended up saying, well, I will be so glad when all of you people are dead.
Wow.
And so, yes, so I have notified the police. That is a death threat. And so they're telling us what they want for us. They're telling us what their game plan is. And, we're doing everything we can to beef up our security. It's very frightening. It really is, because, if they would just take the time to come in, make an appointment to visit with us and let us show them exactly what we do to serve women. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, we're here to love the mom. We're not forcing women to give birth. We just love the women. I have 15 beautiful, holy Catholic women who are serving our guests with the heart of Mary. And we just try and love the mom so that she in turn can love her baby. We don't condemn the women. We don't show ugly videos or graphic images. It's all about how can we help remove the obstacles that are keeping you from loving this baby and still reaching your life's goal. That's what we're all about. We try and emulate our Blessed Mother, Loretto House. And we're very successful. If people will go look at our 5-star Google reviews, I mean, we serve women of all or no faiths, and we get glowing 5-star reviews.
Yeah, I noticed that.
We have Muslims. We have, we're in a college town, so we get, New Agers, we get witches, we get Wiccans, we get everything and no faith. And what's interesting is, they come in and we have no strings attached. We're there just to love them and help them, and they appreciate that. But yet the people on the other side, they think we're evil and we're taking advantage of women, and it's just so bizarre. I've been in the pro-life effort for 25 years.
Wow.
I spent a lot of time praying in front of abortion mills. We've served thousands and thousands of women. We know what abortion is, what effect it has on women. And the big complaint that the pro-abortion community has always had is all you care about is the baby. Mm. Well, of course, that's not true. For 15 years, we've been serving the mom with our model that helps her through the pregnancy and onward, but they don't consider that. It's an ideology that they have accepted that does give them license to destroy. They want to firebomb us. That's what they want. As a matter of fact, if you read the Jane's Revenge Fatwa, that came out 30 days ago, they said all pregnancy centers must be closed. And now I've heard in that last report that we have just now passed the 30-day period. And now they have said, okay, you didn't close, so now you're going to reap the rewards of your failing to, consent to our demands. And I think that may be why this second death threat came on the 30th day.
That's interesting, Randy.
It may be a conspiracy, yeah.
No, I think it's very interesting to me because, like you mentioned a second ago, the left and these pro-abortion activists often will throw the accusation, oh, you're just pro-birth. You don't actually care about the woman. And here you are in a bunch of other pregnancy centers all over America being run out of charity to help women before and after birth. And they want to destroy these. They want to attack them.
Yeah.
It's completely contradictory to what they're saying. That just absolutely blows my mind. Not to mention the idea of saying, oh, you're just pro-birth. You want to force women to give birth. It's like, well, you do realize there's only one way that baby comes out of them, and that's by giving birth. You're either going to give birth to a living baby or a dead one. Those are the only two options. You're going to have to give birth. What say you about this seemingly contradiction in their own ideology to say, if you really want to be pro-life, you have to care about the woman before and after, not just be pro-birth, and then they attack pregnancy centers?
Well, you've got to understand the educational system from the time a child is 5 years old. They are being indoctrinated into my choice, my body, I can be anything, and abortion is just part of their world. And so they have a mentality already that has reduced the child to an insignificant product of conception, or whatever they would say. What's interesting, too, is the propaganda is very, very intense. We have women that are coming in now who are saying to us, I'm afraid if I miscarry, I'm going to be put in jail.
Whoa.
And it's like, what? Where in the law does it state that? They're being whipped up into a frenzy, and that's where this license to come attack us comes from, is how dare these pregnancy centers, promote laws that destroy our rights, and they're going to put us in jail. It's false. And I had a pregnancy center director from another place in the state say, they call the abortion mills occasionally to find out what's going on, gather intel. And so they called, and the person that answered the phone said, oh, and be sure you don't go to those pregnancy centers because they have this special software on their sonogram machines that all they have to do is hit a button and it'll show a beating heart.
Wow. Whoa.
Like,
wow.
What? Where did that
Wow.
come from? And that's what women are being told. It's like,
I mean, if they're willing to kill babies, their lying isn't too big of a deal.
Right. Yeah, so we have to deal with responding to that lack of knowledge when, women are coming in petrified. But, they don't understand to check us out. at Loretto House, we distribute anywhere from 15 to 25,000 diapers a month.
Praise be to God.
Plus wipes, plus cribs, plus clothing. I mean, it just flows out of the building because, you know, when you're serving 40, 50 women a day, they're all coming in and they need help. And the women we serve are poor. And a $30 box of diapers is a big chunk out of their budget.
Yeah.
And they're grateful for what we do. The day after the attack was on a Saturday, and on that following Monday, we opened just as normal. I didn't have a chance to obviously clean everything off, so we were serving probably 30 women that day who walked through the door of Loretto House, and it said, "Not a clinic," spray painted on there. And our guests were just mortified that somebody would do that to Loretto House. It was edifying that they had such support for us, but they said, why would somebody do that?
So what can we do as Catholics to support you and institutions like yours?
Well, obviously, you know, we need financial support because we're also building a second center in Flower Mound. So if I may pass the hat around and just say, please, you know, go to LorettoHouseBenefactors.org. That is our benefactor website. Learn how you can partner with us. Obviously, the most important thing is prayer. Write to your political representatives and ask them, why are you not speaking out and condemning this violence against the pregnancy centers? They're just silent, many. I think some are. We need our citizens to rise up and say, speak out and condemn this. This is wrong. Our country, we're not Germany. This is not, I mean, we know the history of these kind of activities, and it can be stopped. But we need people to rise up.
Amen. We're just about a minute now to go with Randy Bollig from the Loretto House, a pregnancy center over in the Dallas-Fort Worth area that was attacked, first in the nation, actually. But just with seconds on the clock, Randy, how do you feel your security is moving forward? Are you going to have to hire full-time security to keep watch, or how do you think this will impact you? You got about 60 seconds.
Well, I obviously I can't afford to pay $60 an hour for a police officer to be there all the time. Plus, I think having a policeman at the front door would frighten our guests. That's not the right message. Without disclosing our methods and what we've done, I will say publicly that we have increased our security. We're doing everything that we can. We have sought professional advice. We are working with the diocese as far as, you know, maintaining proper protocols as best that we can. But we're not closing. We are staying open. We just have to. We have to stand up to this. But we're doing everything we can.
Yeah, praise be to God. Well, we're grateful to you, Randy, for you and your family and their great pro-life work here at this pregnancy clinic. God bless you. God love you, Randy, and have a great day.
All right. Bye-bye.
Loretto House. You can check them out online at LorettoHouse.org if you wish. But you might consider not maybe just supporting Loretto House, but your local pregnancy clinic, your crisis pro-life pregnancy clinic, doing amazing things for families to help them in a moment of need. Consider reaching out and supporting them, volunteering or financial or otherwise. Hey, David L. Gray is going to be at the top of the next hour. If you can join us, we'd love to see you then. Otherwise, we'll see you back here on Monday. God bless you. God love you. Have a great weekend.